First and foremost, I mean, Bulldog Nation, holy cow, thank you so much for showing up. And you showed up and you were loud and you were proud, and no better way to celebrate 50 years of Drake women's basketball with a phenomenal event that we were able to put on today. So I would hope that every Iowa fan is now converted to a Drake Bulldog fan, because we will not play them again this year. So I think that there are a lot of proud moments that both institutions should have, but really being women's basketball fans, I think the state of Iowa has a lot of things to be proud of. Every day in practice, and each and every day that she steps across the lines, and I've said this about her before, is, you know, there's one thing I didn't think could happen, is that she could get more competitive, but she sure has. And so I think that that's what's really impressive, is watching her on a daily basis, how she approaches every aspect of her life. I mean, she is just a straight competitor. And so truthfully, I know when she's shooting them behind on-ball screens, I know she's feeling good. And so it was amazing to be able to watch her have that confidence in herself, to be able to let it fly, and what a great individual performance that she had today.
What about that third quarter? What about that third quarter in particular, where you guys were struggling to get baskets, but it seemed like Katie was kind of carrying the offense at times?
Right. Well, I mean, what do great players do? You know, they navigate and figure out a way to know exactly what it is that your team needs when they need it. And I would say today, you know, this doesn't happen very often in our program, but I do think that Katie put her team on her back, you know, for those moments, and was able to put together a little bit of a scoring run on her own.
To hear Coach say that, what's going through your mind?
It means a lot. Just her having confidence in me, the whole coaching staff and the whole team having confidence in myself. But you can't get there without my teammates. We have an amazing team filled with great players, and we'll be back and we'll bring all of them with us. So, yeah, it means a lot to hear it from Allison, though.
Katie, did it feel like 40 out there today?
You don't really think about the points as you're playing, so no, just let it fly.
What's going through your mind at the third quarter when you kind of took over there?
I thought we had them. Yeah, man, I thought we had them. And we sure hung right with them. And we are a really good basketball team, and I don't think the score reflects that. It should have been way closer than what it was, but it was fun. It was fun to have fans out here. It was fun to represent Drake for the 50th anniversary. Those are the games you want to play. You want to play in a packed arena, so just having fun.
How tired? I think after that last three, you took like a big sigh. And, I mean, just were you pretty tired after a game like today?
Yeah, it's draining. It's draining playing a really good team, but yeah, we have a lot of work to do and a lot to learn from today.
Well, and in all honesty, I think the big side, number one, was Katie's not thinking anything individually. What she's thinking about is, you know, at that moment that sigh happens, is, darn it, come on, everybody, come on, team, we know we could have done this. And so that sigh is more so just watching that competitor kind of shine through.
Coach, you've seen a lot of probably more good posts out of Iowa than you'd want the last 8 or 10 years. You saw another one today in O'Grady. What, you know, have you seen growth-wise out of her?
Yeah, well, you know, I think what they did was they figured out a way to, her teammates around her figured out a way to be able to get her the ball. And on a day where, you know, they have a phenomenal supporting cast, and I think that's what, you know, a lot of times, and we've talked, you know, primarily just about Katie, but when your supporting cast is that good, you've got to figure out a way to guard everyone else. So we had to keep wraps on, you know, Kylie Feuerbach and, you know, Sydney Affolter, you know, like we keep tabs on them. You know, you're going to have, whether it's a mismatch or you're going to be one-on-one coverage in the paint. And, you know, she had a great day. I thought she did a nice job. And, you know, Jan Jensen is, you know, one of the all-time greatest. And I think, you know, you talk about post-play and, you know, her cookie cutter, figuring out ways for people, you know, to score in the paint. It's continued to follow her, and it's primarily because she's a great coach.
Coach, can you expand on that? And you guys embraced, obviously, after the game. Can you talk about what was said?
You know, what I think is really special is when you're surrounded by great coaches, really, you know what each other's going through, and you also really wish the best for each other. And so I think, every time I've seen Jan, whether it's on the recruiting trail or in a gym or randomly at different Drake events, she loves this place, and rightly so. I mean, her name's hung in the rafters. She joined us for the 50th celebration last night as a Drake Bulldog. And so what I think is, just going back and fully being proud of where you're from and your experience. I mean, I don't think we spend enough time, saying thanks to those people who, who really shaped what it is and who we are, whether it's as a student athlete or then into life. And so I think what's so special about Jan, and it's Lisa Bluter and really all of those coaches, is they did it here at Drake. And now they're at a different place, but I still think that they're thankful and ultimately, really loyal to their time here at Drake University.
Katie, what was this weekend like for you, the event yesterday and carrying that into today?
I love the event yesterday. I told Allison that this morning. It was really cool, and really cool to hear stories from people that have played at Drake the past 50 years. And really nice to see old teammates, old coaches. Just nice to have everyone in one room. And like Allison said, everyone was a Drake Bulldog last night. So that was pretty special. Something you don't see very often. So taking that energy into today, just playing for a little bit more than just another basketball game.
Katie, how easy is it for you to wake up for these in-state rivalries?
I love these games. These are the most fun games, in my opinion, that we play all year. To just see the fans come out, whether it's Drake or Iowa, or just people who want to come and see the excitement of women's basketball. Getting people to love our sport and get involved in Drake is something that's super special. So I had a little extra involved today.
Anything else for Katie or Allison?